software. If you're just getting into digital photography or looking for some upgrades, let's take a look at some recommended hardware and software. So this is just going to be the recommended middle ground. Of course, there's going to be cheaper, more budget options that are slower and more expensive, faster options. But let's take a look at CPUs, GPUs, Wacom tablets, and software. The biggest starting point question is, do I go Mac or PC? Because this will dictate a lot of your hardware choices. Let's just get this one out of the way. Go buy a Mac if you can afford it. It comes with a world-class 4K monitor. It's got beautiful IPS colors, and the environment OS X is so much more conducive to working and creativity. It's comparing it to a PC is like a paintbrush versus a hammer. That said, PC is actually my preference. I went that route for the maximum affordability and customizability. I wanted this to last a long time, and I wanted my money to go way farther, and for that you have to go PC. But the good news is, they both do the exact same thing. It will not affect your quality of output. It's purely a matter of choice. The next thing we'll talk about is hard drives. We've got solid state and hard disk hard drives. You actually want one of both. You want your operating system and your immediate working files on your solid state, your fastest, quickest drive, but it's usually smaller. And then you want a hard disk drive with maximum storage capacity. Put all of your archives and your finished work over there. Let it sit there. You don't need fast access, but you want both. When it comes to processors, we got i3s, i5s, i7s, i9s. Go with an i5. It's nice, middle of the pack, fast and affordable. Video cards are a newer thing that Adobe's added to their configurable settings. They wanted to enhance the speed, so they incorporated this nice video card that everybody's got in their machines. The thing is, they haven't really adjusted all of their tools to use it properly, so only certain things actually even use the video card. So don't worry too much about it. You could probably pick one up for $200 off of Amazon that's got about 2 gig of RAM, a nice NVIDIA gaming card, something old. Wouldn't worry too much about it, but you want something in your machine. RAM is a highly debated topic. Consider this. Windows 10 requires a minimum of 4 gigabytes and a recommended of 8. So if you went and bought 8 gigabytes in your machine, you're just running Windows at the recommended settings. That's not an additional program on top of that. So you want to double that. Try and hit 16 gigabytes at the fastest speed you can, because there's different speeds. And that way Photoshop will have a lot to play with and leave Windows or OS X to have a lot of speed of its own. Wacom tablets are one of those fun things that you want to have, and I'll admit, it's much faster when you work with it, but now I just find it annoying. Because I'm not working in it 8 hours a day, every single day for years, switching back and forth from a mouse to a Wacom tablet is just really annoying. You don't need it. If you're only working 1 or 2 hours a week or a day, you don't need it. I use a mouse and it's just fine. Monitors is an extremely important one here because color is everything in photography. I would start off with a 24-inch IPS, 60 Hz, at least 1080p screen. That way you're just getting into the market and you've got something quality. I would try to get up to a 27-inch, but let's start somewhere. Of course, if you've got an iMac, you're set. You've got a beautiful screen already. Along with color accuracy with monitors, we have to talk about calibration tools. I use a Spider, there's plenty of tools out there, but you need one. You need something. Do not just use a monitor out of the box. Your colors will not be calibrated. You'll think your photography is looking good coming in, but when other people look at it on calibrated monitors, they're gonna go, well, what is this? So get it calibrated, get as close as you can to the majority of what people are doing, but to be honest, you will never get perfect color across every single device. There's too many brightness settings and brands out there. So just do your best. Let's talk a little about software. We've got Lightroom and Capture One, two different parties that do amazing work. I say go with Lightroom. Quick and easy, it's cheaper, and the workflow is really easy, and it does everything that Capture One can do. Capture One is way better for professionals if you're shooting tethered. It handles skin tones like you wouldn't believe, just beautiful work. But I don't need it. I'm just an enthusiast photographer. While we're on the topic of Lightroom, Adobe's offering a photography package with Lightroom and Photoshop for $9.99 US. That's an incredible deal. Every month you pay $9.99 when it used to be like hundreds of dollars for each of these apps every year just to get the brand new version. To compare it to Capture One is 3 times the price. You don't get Photoshop, and you need Photoshop to have the best quality images. So that's my rough start guide to picking up a computer and some software. Of course there's more, but please ask questions in the comments and let's talk about it together. Thanks. If you enjoyed this and learned something, please hit like and subscribe. Visit demaninphotography.com or my Instagram for even more info. Bye for now.